Hey, what's up everyone? Metal Horror Gamer here, and E3 is finally over, and now it's time to talk about what we saw at E3. So I got two sections here for my video. For my first section, I'm going to show you my rankings for each press conference at E3, starting from worst to best. And then once we've done all that, I'm going to show you the top 10 games I'm most looking forward to that were shown at E3 this year. So let's just get started right now because we have a lot to cover. So at the very bottom, the worst one, number 9, is EA. Now why is EA here? Because every year they don't show anything worth really bragging about. What did we see here? We saw another Battlefield, which is Battlefield 5. Who cares? I don't give a shit. They showed FIFA 19. Oh wow, another fucking FIFA game. Every E3. Don't care. Now they did show Madden 19, which again is not really a big deal. The only big deal about Madden 19 is that it's finally coming to the PC. So finally PC gamers can get some football action on their computers. So that's something. That's something okay. NBA Live 19, don't give a shit. They announced DLC for Battlefront 2, and it's like, who the fuck still plays that game? I mean, does anybody still want DLC for it? I mean, come on. And they also announced Jedi Fallen Order, which is like, okay, you announced it, but you got no trailer, no gameplay, no nothing. So why even bring it up? Why? They also showed Unravel 2, which is a sequel to, obviously, Unravel. And it looks cute. It's co-op this time. It looks fun. Yeah, it's not a bad little game. They also showed Anthem. And Anthem's like their big game that they're banking on, I guess. But to me, Anthem it's just Destiny all over again. While Activision had Destiny, EA is trying to get their own version, which is Anthem. It's like, I don't really care. Nothing you can show me is going to interest me about that game. I've seen it multiple times. Nothing about it is drawing me. So Anthem, I don't care. The big slap in the face from EA was Command & Conquer. Fans have been waiting for that series forever. And what do you give them with Command & Conquer Rivals? A mobile game. Are you serious? Why not just make a full-blown Command & Conquer for the PC? Why don't you do that? The way you're going is just a slap in the face, and it's like, wow, EA, you fucked up. You really fucked up on that one. So next at number 8 is Square Enix. The reason why they're not under EA, even though they had a terrible press conference, was because it was just a video. It wasn't like, there wasn't a lot of cringy talking and trying to make jokes like EA was. And they did show some stuff. They showed some really good gameplay of Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which I'm looking forward to, and it looked great. I love the way it looked. They showed more of Just Cause and the same Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer we saw at Xbox's conference. So it's like, they didn't really show anything. So it's like, Square Enix, you didn't even show the new trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3. You showed the one they showed at Microsoft. The other trailer came from Sony, and it's like, it's your game. I mean, you couldn't show it? It's like, oh man, Square Enix, they had a terrible press conference, but at least it wasn't filled with musical acts and stupid jokes and trying to be cool, So that's why it's not worse than EA, but it was pretty bad. And at number 7, we have Podesta. Oh, this was a terrible conference. It was a cringy conference. It showed some okay stuff, but it was just cringy from start to beginning. It starts off with a fucking musical act. Why are E3 conferences always trying to bring musical acts? Nobody there wants to see a musical act. It's about video games. We want to see games, not musical acts. And they started off with a terrible one about who wants to rage? You ready to rage? You ready to rage? I was like, oh fuck no, stop this shit. Now, besides that cringiness, Rage 2, when it comes to the gameplay side of it, looked pretty damn good. I didn't have any problems with it. It looked great. Other than Rage seems to be trying to be too edgy, for lack of a better word, the gameplay looks fine. Now, my main concern with Rage 2 is it going to be optimized? Because it was not optimized for the first game. It was terrible. I couldn't even finish playing it because how bad it was. Not the actual game, but it was just not optimized. It was always glitching. It was slowdowns. It was terrible. So hopefully Rage 2 is much better than that. Hopefully, optimize the shit out of it. Then they showed Doom Eternal, which was like, fuck, man, hell yeah. More Doom, it's always a good thing. My only thing I want them to do is change the multiplayer. Make it back to more skill-based multiplayer with traditional Doom multiplayer. We don't need another Halo / Call of Duty ripoff multiplayer. Go back to your roots. They also showed Wolfenstein Youngbloods, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so tired of Wolfenstein. That last game they made was the new Colossus or whatever it's called looked terrible. It played terrible, nowhere near as good as the other ones. So it was like, oh, and then the guys talking, they were just constantly like, who wants to punch a Nazi? And I was like, oh my god, you serious? You seriously doing this right now? Like, shut the fuck up already. And then the Youngbloods game doesn't look very good at all, so I'm like, who cares? They showed Fallout 76, and that was like, you know, the big announcement for Bethesda. But it's pretty much an MMO Fallout. I'm like, it's not really MMO, but kind of it is. It kind of is, and I don't really care. I'm not a big Fallout fan. The one problem I saw a lot of other fans saw about it was that the game showed lots of multiplayer, lots of action, lots of crafting and building, but no real RPG elements. And Fallout 4 was terrible in that aspect. They took out a lot of RPG elements and it was really dumbed down. So it makes me wonder, is Fallout 76 even more dumbed down, or is the RPG elements completely gone? Because that's just kind of what it seems like. And there's some things in there that looks like they can be fun, but a lot of stuff that looks like it's going to be annoying, like the fucking nukes that you can get nuked at whatever fucking time. Someone can get a nuke and just nuke any random spot. What if you're building your settlement and you're minding your own business and some asshole says, let me put a nuke right here, and it blows away all your shit? I mean, that sounds so fucking annoying. And it's like, oh god, I'm not looking forward to that at all. They did show off a little mobile game called Elder Scrolls Blades. It's pretty much like just the Elder Scrolls experience on the go on your phone. But they said they're going to put it on everything. Pretty much anything. A PC, Switch, whatever. Everything. It looks okay, I guess, for what it is, but I'm not looking forward to it. They also announced Starfield, and it didn't show shit. It was just their new IP, and it showed like I don't even remember what it showed. A planet or a ship, and that's pretty much it. So Starfield, don't know anything about it, don't really care. The last thing they showed was Elder Scrolls 6. Now, the announcement, fine. You want to be excited for that? Fine, even though we know it's coming, so it's like, okay. And it didn't show anything. It just showed like some mountains, some hills, and I'm like, okay. Elder Scrolls 6, I got it. Not too exciting, but whatever. So, all in all, they did show us some okay stuff, but there was so much cringe in their press conference, and it was terrible. Terrible press conference. Bad. And at number 6, we have the PC Gaming Show. Now, the PC Gaming Show didn't show a whole lot that was great. They showed mostly indie games, but we know a lot of great games are coming to PC anyways. A lot of the big AAA games, so it doesn't really matter what they showed. But they did show some good ones, like Jurassic World Evolution, which is out already. So that looks like it's going to be a pretty fun game. Stormland is by Insomniac Games. It looks pretty interesting. It's a VR game. I'm not a big fan of VR, but it looks interesting for a VR title, so nothing wrong with that. I think Sega's the one who really showed off a lot that they're bringing to the PC. They're bringing Yakuza 0, Yakuza Kiwami, I don't know how you pronounce it, Valkyria Chronicles 4, Shining Resonance, Refrain, and Shenmue 1 and 2. That's all coming to PC. There was another game that I liked a lot. It was called Man Eater. It's pretty much a game where you play as a shark, and it's an RPG, so you get to upgrade your shark, and they have skill trees, and yeah, it looks amazing. It looks fun. I can't wait to play that one. Overall, not a bad show, but nothing really like, wow. So, yeah. At number 5, we have Sony. I can hear all the fanboys gasping already. Why is Sony number 5? Well, because that was bad. Oh, that was terrible. Terrible press conference. How they started off with an old guy playing a banjo. I'm like, you serious? A fucking musical act? And a boring musical act while you're at it. It was just like, oh my god, are you insane starting off this way? I'm like, what the fuck? It went on for like 2 or 3 minutes. I was like, hurry the fuck up. And then finally, they get to the trailer for The Last of Us 2. And it's the most boring thing you've ever fucking watched. The first part of the trailer, what do we want to see? We want to see them fight monsters. We want to see Joel and Ellie fighting monsters, surviving. And what do we see? We see Ellie in some tent watching some girl dance for like 5 minutes or so. And some guy saying, hey, whatever, talking about nothing. And then she goes and dances with the girl and they start making out. And it's like, this is what you want to show me for The Last of Us? It has nothing to do with what the game's supposed to be. Let's have Ellie making out. Okay, woo, that's exciting. And then finally, it gets to the gameplay, and it is a heavily scripted sequence, and it just looks like, oh god, I'm so tired of this formula. Graphics look great. I'm pretty sure the game's gonna be fun for the most part, but it was just a very unspectacular trailer. It didn't show anything. And then once it does go back after the gameplay, you see more of them at the tent again. It's like, you serious? He didn't even show Joel once in the game. So I'm just like, alright, what the fuck? So The Last of Us 2, that was terrible. And then what do they do afterwards? They make everyone leave that tent to go to the main room, and then they have an intermission. You're starting E3, you show one trailer, one boring trailer, and you show intermission. What the fuck? An intermission during your E3 press conference? It's like, what the fuck were you thinking, Sony? I mean, that was just fucking terrible. After all that fucking waiting, you finally get back to Sony's press conference, and what do they show? Another fucking musical act. Some guy dressed in Asian gear, and he's like playing a flute, and it lasts for like 2 fucking minutes or so. And it's like, what the fuck am I watching? 2 musical acts in 1 press conference. Sony, what the fuck were you thinking? And it's like, God. But then when we get to the gameplay, it's for the game Ghost of Tsushima. I'm gonna say the graphics look great. I don't believe it though. I don't believe that's how the game's gonna look when it comes out. I guarantee you it's gonna be downgraded from that. No way. There's no way it's gonna look that way. Overall, the gameplay, kind of boring. Again, the same type of gameplay, mostly walking, mostly just trying to show off the graphics. That's what Sony cares about. They don't care about gameplay, they care about graphics. The actual combat looked okay, fine for what it's trying to be. Not much of a big deal. The game overall looked like, it showed the most gameplay out of all their trailers, but the gameplay wasn't all that exciting. So I'm just like, And that last fight scene, there's no way the game's gonna be that way in the final product. I'm telling you right now, no fucking way. It's just don't expect what you saw there in the final game. Sony's done this before, and yeah, it's not gonna be like this. So I'm really questioning that game, Ghost. So yeah, not looking forward to it. Then they showed a game called Control, which looks like the PlayStation version of Quantum Break. I was like, okay, I mean, who cares? Then they showed a trailer for Resident Evil 2 remaster or remake. Looked pretty cool. I don't really like how Leon looks face-wise. I think he could look better, but overall, it looks great. And then when I saw other gameplay later on, it looks fine. So I'm looking forward to Resident Evil 2. They showed the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer with a new one with Pirates of the Caribbean. Overall, again, fine, but again, still, Sora's voice sounds like fucking shit. I can't stand how Sora sounds in this game. And how it looks. The lip syncing is bad. The voice doesn't even look like it matches the characters. It's terrible. Voice acting is terrible for Kingdom Hearts 3. Right now. It's terrible. Then they showed what Sony's really trying to push right now. Death Stranding. This game. Fucking wow. I'm not saying wow as, oh my god, yes. I'm saying wow as like, what the fuck was that? It was just walking. I have it right here. I timed it. The whole trailer was 8 minutes and 20 seconds, right? And they showed about 2 minutes and 6 seconds of actual gameplay, and it was all walking. As like, oh my god, that was crap. Ooh, I'm weird. I'm strange. Ooh, look, there's black shadows in the air. Ooh, I'm carrying a fetus, and it's like, who gives a fuck? Ooh, Norman Reedus, the walking simulator. I mean, who gives a... Oh, that looks stupid. That game was so fucking boring looking. Graphics, yeah, fine. It looks good. But, again, who cares about graphics? It's the gameplay that counts. And that gameplay was nothing but walking. So if you're excited for a Norman Reedus walking simulator, there you go. I'm not. It looks stupid. One of their other big showings was, obviously, Spider-Man. Spider-Man... It looked great, graphic-wise, looked great. Voice acting looked good. Characters looked great. The combat looked fast. It looked fun. But overall, it felt like the other games. It has the exact same type of gameplay. And it kind of just feels like a Spider-Man version of Batman. It still looked fun. The only problem with the trailer, again, like the other ones are, the trailer is 7 minutes long. And it's only about 2 minutes and 30 seconds worth of gameplay. It's like, really? It's not even half the time. And then, like, same thing with The Last of Us 2. It was 12 minutes long, and it was only about 5 minutes and 30 seconds of gameplay. Scripted gameplay, mind you, but gameplay. And then, the one that had the most was Ghost of Tsushima. That was 8 minutes and 50 seconds long, and the gameplay time was 6 minutes. But then again, most of the time he's walking very slowly, so that drags out the time. But this is what Sony calls gameplay trailers. These aren't gameplay trailers. These are trailers of fucking films with a little gameplay here and there. I mean, I saw people saying, "Oh my god, Sony won." And it's like, really? With this crap? With fucking 2 musical acts, an intermission, and games that showed more walking than gameplay. No, Sony did not win. Sony was terrible. The only reason why Sony's above the rest of them here is because of Spider-Man. I mean, come on. Sony didn't show shit, and Resident Evil 2. So, yeah, Sony, that was a terrible, terrible press conference. What the fuck were you thinking? Don't ever do anything like that ever again. Don't even do live press conferences no more. I wish all of them would just switch to video formats. We don't need that live press conference bullcrap. It's just filled with cringy jokes, boring shit, musical acts. We don't need any of it. Get rid of that. Sony, you really sucked at this one. Okay, so now let's get to the good press conferences. And this is where I'm changing my list a bit. If you follow me on Twitter, I had a full ranking list. This one's a bit different. I'm changing it up because when I started looking at it, I realized, okay, I gotta change this up a bit. Okay, but number 4 is gonna be Degenerate Digital. Now, they didn't show a whole lot. It was real short. But what they had was hilarious. It was legitimately funny. It was like, oh my god, it was the guy who was just all freaking out and he blew up and shit. It was the guy taking off his shirt and swinging it. It was just so funny. And then like the games they did show, like My Friend Petro, looked great. It looked fun. It was like a fun little indie game. No problem with it. And then they showed they're remaking Metal Wolf Chaos. And it's like, fuck, that's one of the games I've been wanting to get for the original Xbox. But on eBay, it costs like over $200. And I'm like, I'm not going to buy that. So now they're going to make a remake of it. I'm like, fuck, I'll reboot or remaster, whatever. I'll get it. Fuck yeah. I have no problem picking that game up. So, yeah, it was a short press conference. It was legitimately funny and showed some decent games. So that's why they're above Sony and above the rest of them. So yeah, it was a fun press conference. It was actually funny. So that's why they're there. And number 3, we have Ubisoft. Now, originally I had Ubisoft at number 2, but I had to put them here because you'll see in a little bit. But Ubisoft, while they did start off cringy as hell, showing more Just Dance, I'm like, oh my god, you have that panda dancing. You had a whole musical number and act when they're dancing. I'm like, oh, no one cares about Just Dance. Stop it. It started off really bad, and yet they showed stuff that I found interesting. Like they're adding a new DLC for Mario plus Rabbids in Donkey Kong Adventure. I love that game, so DLC for that, all for it. Yeah, it looks great. I don't really care about Starlink too much, but then they announced that Fox McCloud's gonna be in there, and you can pilot his R-Wing. That looks great. I'm not really a fan of the whole, I gotta switch parts on the ship with an actual figure, and I mean, I don't know how that's gonna work on the PS4 and PC and Xbox One. The Switch, I saw how it works. It makes sense. But on the other ones, I'm like, how is that gonna work? I don't know. So it's an alright looking game, I guess. They showed Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which I'm looking forward to because I love Assassin's Creed. I love the setting of where they're in Sparta. Looks great. I can't wait to play that. You can finally play as like 2 characters, either a male or a female. I'm most likely going to pick the Cassandra because I like playing as hot females in games because it's more enjoyable. So yeah, I'm probably going to play as her. The game looked great. I don't really know what it really has to do with Assassin's Creed. I never saw the Hidden Blades. At least I don't think I did. So I don't know what it really has to do with Assassin's Creed, but the game looks fun regardless. They showed Skull and Bones, which I thought, wow, you took Assassin's Creed Black Flag's ship battles and turned it into an entire game. And I'm like, I'm all for that, because that's one of the best things about Assassin's Creed 3 and Black Flag was piloting your pirate ship and just fighting foes and blowing away ships. That was great. So a whole game based around that mechanic, I'm all down for it. So fuck yeah. That looked really good. And now it's a little smaller game called Trials Rising. I remember playing Trials before back on the 360. It's a fun game. It's not an amazing game, but it's a fun game regardless. So I saw it. I liked it. I like what I saw. I got no problem with it. It looks fine. So overall, for Ubisoft, while they had some cringy stuff, they did show enough stuff to get me interested. And when it came to like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, they showed like a pretty sizey trailer for, you know, mostly with the cinematics. But they did show a very sizey gameplay amount. So that's all I want. When you show me games, I want gameplay. I don't care about cinematics. I don't care about, ooh, look at the scenery. You know, I don't care about that. I care about showing the gameplay, and Assassin's Creed Origin brought the gameplay. So, thank you, Ubisoft. Thank you. Now, number 2, this is where it's going to be kind of controversial, but I'll explain my decision about this when I get to number 1. Because this one definitely could have been number 1. It could have been. Looking back at it, yes, it could have been number 1 for me. But it doesn't make it there because of one reason. But well, I'll get to that later. So number 2 is Microsoft. Now, why is Microsoft so fucking high on this list? Well, people were saying they didn't show anything. They didn't show any exclusives. They showed a lot of exclusives. But people think, well, it's on PC, so it's not. Yeah, but PC and console is not the same. They're 2 different platforms. And in the console market, some of these games are exclusives to this console. And you can only get it on this console if you don't have a PC. So they are exclusives, but it's just on the PC. Now, as a PC gamer, I'm happy because there are some games they announced that I'm going to get on PC for fucking sure. Okay? So, I'm looking forward to these. If I didn't have a PC, then I'd be loving my Xbox One right now, because there'd be so many games coming out for it. But since I'm more of a PC gamer now, I'm still happy. So, the first thing they announced at Microsoft was Halo Infinite. And I gotta tell you, I am kind of falling off the Halo bandwagon because of Halo 4 and Halo 5 were just such unmemorable pieces of shit. But this trailer, it's a whole new engine. It looks different. You can tell the gameplay is going to be fucking huge. Master Chief has his classic armor. They're actually on Halo in the game because the trailer shows the Halo. And it had the beautiful original music. I was like, fuck, this feels like Halo. Now, whether it's actually going to be like Halo, I don't know. But the other best thing about it is that it's coming to PC. Finally, Halo is coming back to PC. I don't have to buy an Xbox One. If it wasn't on the PC, I would have bought an Xbox One just for this game. So, thank you for putting it on PC. So now I get to play it on there. Fuck yeah. They showed a lot of games, man. A lot. They showed Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which Ori and the Blind Forest is a great, fantastic game. Ori and the Will of the Wisps looks great. It's beautiful. It's going to be more of the same, just probably better. And so, yeah, they look great. There was a game called Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. It's by From Software. It looked almost like an Asian-inspired Dark Souls. Just fine. Looked alright. I'm not a big Dark Souls fan, but looked pretty good for what it was. Gameplay-wise, I guarantee you it's better than Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, so there's a little head-on-head for you there. They did show Crackdown 3. It's supposed to be heavily, like, humor-inspired and lots of action. I've never been a fan of Crackdown. It looked alright, I guess. If that's what you like, you're probably waiting for it. You're probably gonna love it. And alright, it's fine, I guess. They showed Metro Exodus, which looks fantastic. It looks beautiful. The gameplay still looks great. The environments, that looks fucking scary and beautiful at the same time. So it looked great. This is where we finally saw the new trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3. And I was not really impressed. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to get the game regardless. You know, I'm going to be completely lost. I have not played any of the other games besides Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. And my hype for Kingdom Hearts 3 died a long time ago. I wanted it on the PS3. It never came, and it died since then. So I'm not hyped for the game. And I'm not hyped for all the new Kingdom Hearts Disney worlds, because I'm not a fan of modern Disney. So I don't care about Ratatouille. I don't care about Frozen. I don't care about Tangled. I don't care about Monsters, Inc. I don't care about those. But gameplay-wise, it still looks fun. Gameplay is still fast, still frantic. It looks great. My only real problem with it, besides the Disney worlds, is the voice acting. I know it's the same actor, but Sora sounds terrible. It's almost like he doesn't even know. He doesn't feel like what he's saying is. I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't match the character, the way he looks, the way his animation's moving. It looks so flat. It looks so unsure. The voice acting sounds terrible. And I haven't seen nobody mention this. Sora sounds fucking terrible. And some of the other characters sound terrible as well. And it's like, what were they thinking with this shit? And plus, I'm going to say it now. That new theme song for this game, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's nowhere near as good as Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. with their songs. They were amazing. This one's like, who cares? I don't want to hear it ever again. So yeah. They showed Forza Horizon 4. Now, this game looks fucking amazing, graphic-wise. It looks beautiful, and I love how the dynamic seasons, how they're going to change, and they're going to change the way the game is played, like the tracks. That is awesome. My only problem with it is that it's mainly built as a multiplayer game. So I'm like, I like playing single-player games, especially for racing. And they say you can, but it looks like you're going to get the most enjoyment out of it out of the multiplayer, which I'm not looking forward to. So I'm like, you might have killed yourself for me there, but the game looks beautiful. It does. They showed the Division 2. I'm not a fan of the Division. I don't really care about it, but it looks all right. But then again, we don't know what to expect from that game, so whatever. Here they showed Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which again, like I mentioned earlier, I love it. I want it. I want it now. I want to play it. Fuck yeah. They did show Devil May Cry, and I love how they mentioned how they're listening to the fans, and this is a direct sequel from Devil May Cry 4. So that other crappy Ninja Theory DMC game, that's gone. Fuck that game. So I don't really like that you're playing as Nero here again over Dante. But Dante is in there. He's a lot older now, but he is in there. Nero looks a little weird now, but whatever. I can get over that. As long as it's real Devil May Cry with real Devil May Cry combat, I'm all for it. And before we move on, speaking of Ninja Theory, Microsoft bought Ninja Theory, and Phil Spencer said a hilarious thing. He said that Ninja Theories are masters at storytelling. I'm like, did you just see the DMC game they made? You call that master storytelling? No, that was garbage, bullshit. Ninja Theory's garbage. I don't care. That's not a very good buy there. Ninja Theory sucks. So who gives a shit about them? Okay, moving on. They showed Cuphead, The Delicious Course, which I guess like is a sequel. I still have not played the original Cuphead. It looks great. I love the art. It looks fantastic. So I will get that one eventually, and I will get this one as well. They showed Jump Force, which is almost like an anime-inspired crossover fighting game. But to me, it's like, come on, are you serious? Goku's gonna clean house on every anime character out there. I mean, he's like god tier. Everyone else is like lame, pretty much in anime. So Dragon Ball Z characters, that's overpowered. There's no way. Even Krillin would fuck up Naruto. Even Yamcha would do that shit too. So come on. Dragon Ball Z is on a whole nother level here. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what. And they showed like, Naruto, One Piece, and the very end they showed Death Note. I'm like, man, what is he gonna do? He's gonna put their name in a book and be like, oh, I win. I mean, come on, get out of here with that garbage. But Jump Force, it's probably gonna be something big, and it looks alright graphic wise, so that's fine. Dying Light 2, that one looked pretty damn good. It didn't even show the zombies. And it's like, isn't this a zombie game? They were so much more focused on this whole new dynamic where every choice affects the game. And what they showed, the way it can change the town, that's crazy. That's epic. If they can fulfill that promise and add so many more choices that are going to lead to big outcomes like that, Dying Light 2 is going to be fucking amazing. And at the very end, they did show, oh yeah, and there are zombies. The nighttime is something different too. So it's like, okay, that's fine. Dying Light 2 surprised me. Very interesting. They announced a new Battletoads. It didn't show anything, but a new Battletoads is being made. Now, whether that's good or not, I don't know. We don't know how it's going to be. Is it going to be like a traditional Battletoads? Is it going to be an open world Battletoads? Is it going to be a 3D Battletoads? We don't know. But the prospect of it is interesting. So, all right. They showed Just Cause 4. It's a lot more mayhem, a lot more craziness, driving into a fucking tornado. I'm not really a fan of Just Cause, but for fans who are, they're probably going to love Just Cause 4. Then Microsoft trolled the fans by showing the Gears logo, and there was a pop figure of Marcus, and it was like, Gears of War Pop. It's a game for iOS and Android, and people are upset about this game. I'm like, it looks cute. And if the game is fun, then the game is fun. Who cares? I mean, you're telling me that none of you buy pop figures? I mean, I have pop figures. I just recently bought a Brumok pop figure. It looks great. It's big. It's awesome. But, yeah, the game looked cute. It looked fine. I mean, not the game. We didn't show the gameplay. It showed the trailer. But, if the gameplay's fun, I'll get it. I mean, why not? It looks fun. I mean, it looks like it'll be a fun concept. Another game Microsoft announced was Gears Tactics. And it's pretty much a prequel, but it's not your typical Gears of War game. It's almost kind of like a turn-based strategy game. Kind of like XCOM, but with Gears of War. And I'm just like, oh, fuck yes. I love strategy games. I love Gears of War. Put them together. boom, yeah, I got heaven right there. Fuck yeah. It looks great. I just can't wait to play it. Fuck yeah, I want this game. Then they showed Gears 5. Gears 5, some people are just like saying bad things about it, but I'm like, the game looks great. The graphics look amazing. The enemies are new. They're interesting. They look crazy. I don't like that you're really going to play as Kate most of the time. I'm like, Kate wasn't the best character out of the new ones. I'd rather play as JD, or better yet, play as Marcus. But whatever. They're continuing the story from Gears of War 4. I'm fine with it. It looks great. I want it. Yeah, I'm getting it. Then they ended the show with Cyberpunk 2077. I think they should have ended with Gears of War 5, but Cyberpunk 2077, it's by Project Red, the team that made the Witcher series. It's probably going to be good. I'm not a fan of the Witcher series, so I don't see myself being a fan of this game, but it's probably going to be good. It was a big announcement. Sony fans are really trying to underplay Cyberpunk 2077. They're like, they didn't show anything. People are like, what about Cyberpunk 2077? Oh, it doesn't matter. Who cares? It's not Sony. So they're really scared of that game. You know, they're going to get it too, though. It's going to be on the PS4, so what does it matter? But they don't want to overshadow what they showed. But yeah, and that was a lot of games. They showed even more games than that. I didn't name all of them. That was a lot of fucking games. Microsoft did what they had to do. They announced a shitload of games, and a good chunk of them are exclusive to the Xbox console, to the console market. And yeah, they did a great job. So by all intensive purposes, they should be number one. But my number one choice comes because of one very specific reason, and we're about to get to that right now. And for number one, it is Nintendo. Now, why is Nintendo number one? Now, they didn't show as many games as Microsoft. They showed some good ones. They showed Fire Emblem 3 House. It looks great. Now, I'm not going to lie, some of the cinematics were very jittery, and the frame rate was constantly dropping on those. Gameplay looks solid. But I do expect them to fix that before ship, because Nintendo is very good at trying to make sure their games are 60 FPS, usually. So I expect that to be fixed way before that. It's an early showing, so it's fine. Super Mario Party, I'm not a Mario Party fan. I'm not. But if I have to start with one, I think this is the one. It really seems to have no real fucking gimmicks. It's just focusing on what Mario Party is. The board game and fucking mini games. And it looks pretty damn good. So I'm like, yeah, I don't mind getting that one. I'll get it. They showed some other stuff, like some more DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles, and a bunch of indie games coming out, which is fun because the Switch has tons of indie games, which is great. But the big thing, the reason why Nintendo won E3 for me was because Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This is going to be the game of 2018 in my book. It has every freaking character in there and a few new ones. They added the Inklings from Splatoon, and they finally added Ridley from Metroid. It's like, fuck, you know why they did that, because Metroid Prime 4 is around the corner soon, coming next couple years, so they gotta hype up for that. So they added Ridley. He looks great. I've seen him being played. It looks badass. The actual trailer for Ridley looked fucking amazing. So dark and like so horror-esque. Oh, beautiful. I loved all the new costumes some of these characters have. The game has been reworked by some of their fighting styles and the gameplay style itself. It looks amazing. So many freaking levels. So many different maps to fight on. Oh my god. This game is going to be fucking huge. It's going to have so much shit in there. And I love how they have every character and different versions for every character. Like Link, you know, you have his Breath of the Wild costume. Ganondorf is back to his Ocarina of Time look. Zelda looks like from Link Between Two Worlds. It's just like, oh, they had Dr. Mario back. They have Roy. And Martha's finally in English. And Cloud is back. Thank you. Cloud is back. I did not want to lose Cloud in Smash Brothers. They brought back Solid Snake. And I was like, fuck yeah. You know, you got Pac-Man there still. Sonic. Oh, it's Bayonetta still there. Ryu's there. And when you fight one-on-one with Ryu, it ends up playing more like Street Fighter than Smash Brothers. So it's like, fuck, that's cool. That's a nice touch. Even with Cloud, they added his limit breaker to his little picture down on the bottom so you know how far his limit is. And it's like, that's such a nice little fucking touch. I love that. And it's like, they reworked a lot of their special Smash attacks. And it's like, fuck, this game is going to be fucking huge from everything it's going to add in there. Oh man, that is why they won E3 to me. You could say Microsoft won because just of the sheer amount of games they showed, and a lot of them were good. So you could say Microsoft won. I'm all for you trying to say Microsoft won. They really pulled it out this year. But Nintendo, to me, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, that's the killer. That to me that trumps everything that was shown in E3. Nothing looks better than Smash Bros. Ultimate. I mean, that's an opinion, of course, but it's my opinion, and it's like, fuck, I want it yesterday. You know, I need that game now. I gotta play it. Now, the only thing I noticed they didn't show, which I'm kind of disappointed, and I hope it is there. To me, Smash Bros. Needs adventure mode. It needs a campaign. I'm so sick of some of these Nintendo games like Mario Kart, whatever, not adding adventure modes. I mean, why? Give me a cool adventure mode with Smash Brothers. I need that. If it doesn't have it, it doesn't kill the game for me, but it's disappointing. But overall, it looks fucking amazing. So, yeah. Alright, and that is my ranking for E3. Do you agree with it? Probably maybe not. Maybe because Sony's way down there. But whatever. But now, let's get to my top 10 picks of the games I'm most excited about from E3 2018. And we're going to start from 10 to number 1. Number 10, Dying Light 2. Dying Light 2 looked fantastic. I love the whole concept of if you make this choice, it could change the whole city. Or if you make this choice, it changes it a whole different direction. It looks great, and I know it's going to be a fun game. Just by that concept alone. If they keep their promise and fulfill that aspect of the game, it's going to be epic. Number 9, Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Again, look great. I want more Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem on the console is going to be amazing. Just like it was on the GameCube and the Wii. So having it here is going to be great. Yeah, again, some of the shit was frame rates was really jittery. It was really dropping. It should be fixed before release. I'm guaranteeing you that will be fixed. So, not a big deal. Number 8, Spider-Man. Even though I have problems with it, with the amount of gameplay they showed and how much scriptedness there is, but it's Spider-Man, you know it's going to be great. From the other gameplay we saw, it looks fantastic. The voice of Spider-Man sounds amazing. It almost sounded like the one from the 90s cartoon. I haven't checked to see if it is, but it sounded like it at points, so that's great. The characters look amazing. I'm pretty sure at the end of that trailer, when the last villain it showed that we didn't see, I guarantee it was Doc Ock because they're showing the Sinister Six, basically. So, I guarantee it was Dr. Octopus. But, yeah, it looked great. Number 7, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Assassin's Creed has to be here because I love this series. It did falter a bit with Unity and shit like that and Syndicate, but Odyssey looks great. It looks like, I don't know what it has to do with Assassin's Creed, but I love the setting. I love the gameplay. It looks great. Number 6, Resident Evil 2. While it doesn't look perfect, it does look great. I mean, the graphics look amazing. I'm pretty sure the gameplay is going to play kind of like Resident Evil 4 from what I've seen. I'm all for that. I like that. So, yes, Resident Evil 2, going to get it on PC. Not PS4, PC. And it does look great. Fuck yeah. Number 5, Gears Tactics. As I mentioned earlier, Gears Tactics looks freaking amazing. Like, turn-based strategy and Gears of War. That's going to be a great game on PC. I can't wait for it. When I saw them announce that, I was just, what the fuck? It's about time. So we get 3 Gears games, and one of them is a turn-based strategy game. I love it. I freaking love it. Number 4, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. So this was definitely going to be on here because I love Tomb Raider. I love the newer Tomb Raider games, especially. Shadow of the Tomb Raider looks so badass. Oh, I want this game already. Day 1 buy on PC for sure. Number 3, Gears of War 5. I'm still a big fan of Gears of War. Gears of War 4 was not insulting like Halo 4 was. Gears of War 4 was still decent. It still looked good. It still played good. It wasn't perfect, but it was still good. Gears of War 5 looks like it's still going that direction. Not perfect, but still going to be very fun. Still going to be good. Still looks great. So Gears of War 5, again, day 1 buy for sure. Number 2, Halo Infinite. This game, I'm hoping when we see more of it, it's going to be amazing. Right now, it's number 2 right now. But this can easily fall off. If it's anything like Halo 4 and Halo 5, it's not going to be on my list. And I might not buy it. But if it starts to become what Halo is again, it's a definite buy. It's a day 1 buy. And this game better be the second coming for Halo. because I miss Halo. I really do. And the last 2 games were just fucking slaps in the face to all Halo fans. So please bring Halo back to its glory. And bring multiplayer back to Halo 3 level. We don't need from Reach on. That multiplayer was not good compared to Halo 3 and down. So let's go back to that. Number 1, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. That is the best game they showed all E3. Nothing else topped it. And it showed the most gameplay out of any game shown. It was just a huge segment. Some people were like, they spent too much time on Smash. You think it's fucking Smash. It's Nintendo's probably one of their biggest IPs. It's the one game everyone looks for every generation. Of course they're going to highlight fucking Super Smash Bros. Don't be stupid. So, yeah, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, fucking amazing. It has everything, every character. It looks like it has every classic map and every new map and so many fucking newer maps. And it looks, oh my god, it looks, oh, that was the perfect way to end E3. You end with the best, and Smash Brothers was the best. And you end with the best company, which was Nintendo. But again, yeah, so that's my top 10 list. Again, if you want to say Microsoft won, that's fine with me. You can say Microsoft won. Microsoft brought out a lot of games. They showed a lot of good games. Microsoft did what they had to do. No fault on Microsoft. They did a great job. So if you want to say Microsoft won, I don't care. That's great. Nintendo, my opinion, won because Smash Brothers. Don't even dare say Sony won. Sony, no. Nothing but walking simulators. So Sony did not win this press conference. Especially not with 2 musical acts and an intermission. They lost because of that alone. So don't give me this bullshit about Sony winning. Whew. Okay. That's it. E3 has been draining. I haven't done anything this week because I've just been watching E3 this whole time. So E3 has taken up so much of my time. But I'm glad it happened. But I'm also glad it's over. And now I can get back to playing more games and doing other shit. So that was it for E3. What do you think of my ranking? What do you think of my top 10? What are your top 10? How do you rank each press conference? And yeah, I'm very curious to know. And until next time, I'll see you guys all later. Hope you all enjoyed. Bye.